All right, 8th grade, talking about chapter 26 of To Kill a Mockingbird. We are going to go ahead and keep on rolling as we keep marching through this shutdown. Chapter 26 picks up after the events of chapter 25. Bob Ewell's made his threats, but that's not really what we focus on this chapter. Scout starts to think about Boo Radley again. I know, some of you in the streams were asking about when's the next time Boo Radley is going to come up. Ask and ye shall receive. She casually remarks that she wants to see Boo, and Atticus shuts her down while at the same time revealing he knew about what went on in the summer when they snuck into the Radley yard and had a shotgun fired at them. You might want to take a moment, think about a time your parents revealed they knew something that you got away with, and then revealed it to you later. If you want to share a story about that, go ahead and leave that in the comments section down below. Scout does think it odd Atticus gets elected to the state legislature every year with so many people upset about his actions in the trial and decides that people are strange. She really can't figure people out. And Scout, welcome to the real world. That's how it is. People are, in fact, strange. Scout's current teacher, Miss Gates, is doing a unit on current events, and she looks down on a local paper called the Grit Paper, which many of the poorer children use as their source of news. Why would she look down on this? Well, you could say, well, maybe it's unreliable, maybe it's only local news, and those would both be valid complaints. You could also say that she looks on it because it's low class, it's something that's for the poorer whites of Macomb, and it reinforces the class structure of Macomb and how the poor whites are looked down on. People of no stature. In a way, our society still often does look down on the poor. There's so much humor that's based on exploiting the poor or making fun of them. Rednecks are a common example of that, but it happens to African Americans in the inner city and poorer areas. You see this sort of mocking occur all the time. Cecil Jacobs gives a current events report about Hitler and Germany and the persecution of the Jews. He says he doesn't understand it because aren't Jews white? The teacher, Miss Gates, does not stop this. She even laments the persecution, talking about how sad it is, what has gone on with the Jews, but she doesn't say that being racist is wrong. Again, we reinforce the hypocrisy of Macomb. We'll condemn fascism with one hand, but not their own brand of discrimination, meant to apply to the U.S. as a whole, because remember, this is the 1960s. We've now fought 2 wars calling ourselves the arsenal of democracy, that we're trying to make the world safe for democracy. You know, the fight against fascism, we're the free world against communism, the Cold War is going on right now. But we didn't live up to our own rhetoric, so we were not putting our money where our mouth is. Another instance of irony. Scout asks Atticus if it's okay to hate Hitler, and this is, I think, a very important thing for all of you to latch on to, is this conversation that Atticus has with her. Atticus says, no, it is not okay to hate Hitler. It's not okay to hate anybody, and he is right. As much as you may dislike someone, as much as someone may be evil, you are not to hate them. The Bible's pretty clear on that. We're supposed to turn our other cheek. If your enemy asks you to go for 1 mile, go with him for 2. If he asks for your tunic, give him your cloak as well, or your cloak, give him your tunic as well. It's pretty straightforward what we're supposed to do in regards to our enemies. We're supposed to forgive even 70 times 7 times wrong. So, just putting that out there, hating people, not okay, and I think it's important to latch onto that. Then finally, Scout tries to work out the issue with Jem, but she mentions the courthouse, and that is a big mistake with Jem at this time. Jem loses it, gets up, shakes her, and then tells her to never mention it again. So I want you to think about how Jem is dealing with this whole injustice in the world, and how he's come to the realization that the world is not a just place, and how his illusions have been shattered about how the criminal justice system is supposed to work. All things for you to think about for next time, when we are going to talk about chapter 27. All right, 8th grade, it's been fun, and I will talk to you tomorrow.